I got the motor back there. I'm covered in snow. I'm very wet, but I just pulled a 6-bolt 4G63 engine and transmission out of a 1990 GSX in the middle of a blizzard. This is my happy face. Hey everybody, it's Friday night and I'm in the garage getting all of my tools together to go to the salvage yard, and here's why. So yesterday I got an email notification from my local salvage yard that there is a 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX in the salvage yard. That means 6-bolt 4G63, the correct transmission for my car, basically an exact clone of my car. So there's probably going to be a ton of parts there that I can grab as spares. I'm hoping the entire engine is there, although I think that's going to be unlikely. So I've actually been to the salvage yard. I've gotten email notifications that, you know, like a GSX or a GST pops up, and I'll usually get there within a day or two, and the engine is always gone. If it's a 4G63, it disappears fast. This one's been there for 2 days now, Thursday and Friday, and tomorrow is going to be Saturday, and I'm just hoping I'm going to get really, really lucky and nobody has got the engine yet. But I'm basically going to bring everything. Going to load it up in a couple toolboxes. And I can't take the Eclipse because if there is an engine there, I have to pull it and buy it right away. Otherwise, somebody else can get it. So I'm going to be taking my wife's Rogue and I'm going to pull my trailer that I have and just hope that that engine is there. So anyway, all right, so I have most everything loaded up in just this little toolbox. Almost everything I'll need, but I'm also bringing another bigger toolbox. I don't have an electric impact, which I definitely need to get, especially if I'm going to do this again, which I probably will. All of my big sockets, I got like the 32 and the 28, the really big sockets for taking like off axle nuts, stuff like that. All these are going to go. All of these weird wrenches are going to go if we're getting into crazy spaces. All of my line wrenches will go with as well. A couple other things, but yeah, we're loading just about everything up here, so almost ready to go. So I got all my tools packed up and got a good night's sleep, dreaming of electric sheep and 4G63s. Alright, it's 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, which is terrible. And I'm loading up the trailer, and hopefully it's going to be a good day, because there is a 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX at the salvage yard, and I'm hoping the motor and the transmission and everything's there. So loading up the tools and heading over there. And most importantly, never forget the BFH. All right, well, we're at the junkyard. It's snowing and cold, but good news. This guy has an engine and transmission in it. 1990 Eclipse GSX, looks green. Somebody already scavenged the turbo and the valve cover. Intake, a couple other things. But that's okay. I want the motor. So we're gonna start pulling. Definitely taking the trans as well. And wow, this body's clean. Fenders are good. Inside's not bad. I had a coolant temp gauge and that's about it. Interior's gone. Got some spark plugs. Taking those for free. Anyway, I'm gonna start pulling. I'm not gonna shoot much of it because it's freezing. But, ooh, new parts. New door handle. Oh my god, check this out. Junkyard score. Brand new unboxed door handle. Look at that. That's awesome. GSX. Oh, somebody took the ECU. Can't say I'm surprised. Oh, look at the factory. Moonroof. Damn, this thing's not in bad shape. Anyway, I'm gonna start pulling. This is my happy face. I just got a spare engine for my car. What if it turns over? I should try that. Anyway. Oh, and check this out. It's a factory radio. That's pretty awesome. And transmission seems fine. Let me check fifth. Yeah. Transmission feels really good. It's pretty good, actually. So, definitely taking the trans. 4 brand new spark plugs. A whole shitload of fuses that are going in my toolbox. Damn, I'm excited. And cold. Let's get a shot of the back. Ooh, door cards. God, the bumper's good. I'd about want to buy the whole car. Yeah, and they took the center cap, so I was definitely going to take those. I'm almost tempted to take the wheels. Hatch is open. Bummer about the ECU. I really would have liked to have that. Of course the struts don't work. Nothing interesting back here. Except for some wiper blades. Well, ooh, factory heat shields. God, this is all great stuff. Really wish they hadn't taken the valve cover. That's just rude. This thing must have been sitting a long time because there's like rat's nests and stuff up in here. Anyway, this is worth getting up at 8 a.m. in freezing weather for. So, I fell. All right, let's get to work. Going good. It is cold out though. Haven't got too far. I've actually been texting with some DSM buddies, telling them to get down here and get stuff. Axles are nice and loose, and I'm getting this one off right now, but this one's turning. But engine turns over, feels like it has compression. So I'm guessing there was probably like a fueling issue or something, and they couldn't figure it out. That's why it got scrapped. It obviously was sitting for a while because there's like acorns down in here. Looks like mice have been living in the engine bay. But the weird thing is, the tires, got that wheel off, look like they're about brand new. I mean, they even got the, still have nipples on them and everything. So, total mystery why this was scrapped. Oh, somebody took the side skirts. No surprise there. But this thing is so straight. Just kind of disappointing that somebody would have at least put it on Craigslist. But this stuff will all get used. Alright, early I'm going to start pulling now. Alright, quick little update. It's snowing. And everything is getting covered in snow faster than I can pull it, which is funny. But getting close to having the motor ready to get pulled. Just got a few things on the back, get the harness out of the way. I'm trying to be really careful with everything. I don't want to just start cutting because this harness is in fantastic shape. Like I said, this car is almost completely stock. The only thing I could tell that it had was a coolant tip gauge in it. I turned the motor over. Seems like it has compression. turns over fine. Timing belt's still on there. So, again, should be a pretty good score today. Except for, all the damn snow. Alright, so we got an exciting find with this, which is probably good news. Why this thing stopped running and is full of rats' nests that have been making their home. I was pulling the inner fender well, and look at that. I'm guessing that is a massive boost leak. And I bet this thing wouldn't run for crap, and they couldn't figure it out. Oh, that is good news. So, hopefully everything's fine. I think the intercooler got damaged and doesn't work anymore. Sweet. All right, we're getting close. Snow's getting deeper. Everything I drop just disappears into white powder. Well, that's okay. About to climb under the car and get a few bolts there. So here's a pro tip. Just take a look around at the other cars. Find gems like this. Nice little pillow for your head. Gonna pull out this whole cover. Have something nice and dry to lay on. Dry-ish. But yeah, so I'm about to climb under there. I still can't believe this thing. Like I said, I'm almost 100% certain that it was parked was because of that hole in the intercooler. Alright, we're getting close. I'm just getting the transfer case off. I have all the motor mounts off, except for the rear. And as soon as this is off, we're going to go find a forklift and hopefully yank this thing out of here. And it's still snowing. So, if you ever want to work out, pull one of those heavy bastards around through this snow. I called the front desk and I was like, hey, can I get a forklift out here? They're like, no, all the forklift guys have gone home because it's snowing. I'm like, oh, that's great. Anyway, so I got this wheeled over. Got a seat belt that I cut out of this donor Honda. So this guy's ready to strap on. Should strap on to the hoist. We're going to start yanking it. I just got to get all the bolts. The nuts are undone on the motor mounts. I just got to knock the bolts out. Drive shaft is disconnected. I think that's it. I messaged a couple friends that wanted some stuff. Everything is in fantastic shape on this car, so hopefully I'm going to be able to get some parts for them. I'd love to take the front bumper and the rear bumper, but I'm tired. All four wheels are good too. If I was looking for a set of OEM wheels, I'd definitely grab those. Fenders are good. Doors are good. Although obviously covered in snow now. I mean, stock exhaust. Completely unmodified. I have all my tools sitting here under the car. Sorry for the crappy quality. I'm on my cell phone because the GoPro died. But just trying to keep these halfway dry. I already just about lost my needle nose pliers. I was looking around for them a second ago. And I was like, hey, where'd they go? They were just completely covered in snow because I'd set them on the ground. But anyway. Let's hope we can get this guy out. All right, we are out, just about anyway. I had forgotten to disconnect the oil line, so I had to go back and do those because I didn't want to cut them. And transfer case is sitting down there. I had forgotten. So when I disconnected the drive shaft, I left the transfer case in. I don't know how this is going to look because it's bright out here and I can't tell how it looks. Anyway, I left the transfer case in because I want to keep it and I won't have to pay for it if it's attached to the transmission. But you can't take the motor out without the transfer case in, so that was catching. So I had to lower it back down, take the transfer case off. So I'm going to get the motor all the way out and bolt the transfer case back on so I can keep that at no extra charge. And try wheel this thing out through this blizzard. I'm hoping they'll come help me. I'm definitely going to ask them. Anyway, I'm going to keep pulling. So pulling this out, and looks like I forgot one thing, which is this power steering line. Again, sorry the exposure is all messed up. There's super bright snow and a dark interior of a car, so contrast might be a little wonky here, but yeah, I'm just gonna give that guy a little snip after I lower this down because there's a lot of tension on it right now. That's a thing of beauty. All right, that is the thing of beauty. Got her out. I'm gonna wheel her up to the front, get everything paid for. And first I gotta go through and try to find all my tools because I know I'm missing at least 1 or 2 sockets that are just buried in the snow somewhere. Hopefully I can find them. If not, I'm just gonna write those off because this is $200, probably gonna be about $300 for the engine and the tranny, which not a bad deal. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this engine is fine. Turns over fine, feels like it's got compression. And like I said, the side mount intercooler, the stock one, is just mangled. So hopefully that's the reason that it wasn't run. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I took the registration information, and I'm actually going to try contact this guy. Ask him what was wrong with it. But yeah, everything else is good, so I'm gonna clean up and head out. Get this thing back in the garage. All right, we are done. I'm out of here. I got the motor back there. I'm covered in snow, I'm very wet. Pretty warm though, I got long underwear on, a few different layers. My hands are cold, my toes are a little cold. Other than that, not too bad for pulling an engine in a blizzard. But anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here. This is my happy face. Thankfully, they got the forklift out here to drag this thing because I could not move this thing at all. So, all in all, a total success. I got the engine and transmission paid for, backed the trailer up, and then this happened. So, bad news. I was backing the trailer up. Guy puts the motor up on the forklift, gets it about 5 feet in the air, and he tilts it forward, and it slides off and drops 5 feet to the ground. Tranny's cracked. And I want nothing to do with the motor anymore. So that is unfortunate. Spent 4 hours laying in the cold snow to get nothing. That's unfortunate. I probably could have kept it, but the sound that thing made when it hit the concrete was just sickening. It was a loud crack followed by some jingles and rattles as it came to a rest, and I was just totally dejected. We're out of here. Now, this was at Aurora U-Pull and Pay here in Colorado, and the staff and the driver were super apologetic. They gave me a full refund, and the driver, which is actually the store manager, felt really bad about it, and he even offered to help find me another one. So if they get another 4G63 in, and I explained to him that it has to be a 90 to 92 because I really want a 6-bolt, he's gonna give me first crack at it and hold it for me and then shoot me a text or a phone call. So that's very cool of them. Thank you, Aurora U-Pull and Pay. I do appreciate it, even though you dropped my motor. All right, so on a positive note, we're gonna go ahead and play Sherlock Holmes here for a little bit and try come up with a backstory as to why this car was scrapped. It's a little bit of a mystery. Our first clue is the broken intercooler. That would be a massive boost leak that would cause all sorts of drivability issues. But how did the intercooler get broken in the first place? Here's a clue. The passenger side strut was newer than the driver's side. And the inner fender liner on the passenger side looks like it had overspray on it. That leads me to believe some sort of front end collision. I'm guessing one of the drivers probably curbed it. That would explain the damage to the suspension as well. and that also could have done damage to the intercooler. Now, would a massive boost leak like that cause the car to get scrapped? It's possible. I mean, if you call up your local mechanic and ask if they do boost leak testing, they probably won't even know what it is. But I think it's probably unlikely, which leads me to the last clue, the coolant temp gauge. That's a little odd for a car that's otherwise completely stock. So if the car was prone to overheating, it's possible that the car also had a head gasket issue as well. Although in the end, we're never going to be able to find out since, you know, the motor got dropped.